So people have asked me when they find out what I do, what's the most important thing you suggest I do before buying a house? Now, everybody knows you need a really good real estate agent and you need to go to a bank to get a mortgage, but nobody tells you that the most important thing to work on are your own personal finances and to really get help if you need it. They say the most important thing in the world is to get a loan pre-approval. You'll see it time and time again, but that doesn't really always tell the whole picture. I'm Kelly with Pro Home Buying, and I've been helping people with their finances to buy a house for over 16 years. And I can tell you on more than one occasion, people think that the bank can tell them what they can afford instead of actually looking at the numbers themselves. In fact, I had a client of mine more than a few years ago think she could afford a second home just because the bank said they could get her a loan. In fact, not only could she not afford a new home, she was barely scraping by with her current home. And she put total trust in the bank and she didn't look at her own expenses that were extensive. So we went over in detail why the numbers wouldn't work for her, and we prevented her not only from making a huge mistake in the future, but we figured out how to make her current payment easy for her on a monthly basis. Now, obviously, I know this is an extreme example, but the point is to be your own best cheerleader. Know your finances before you even step foot into a bank and know what you can afford. They're going to be looking at making sure that you fit within their parameters and their own best interests, but they're just going to use a one-size-fits-all approach. But you're unique and so are your monthly expenses. So you need to look at your own monthly finances before buying a house. How do you start? You start by setting a date and make sure you're sticking to this date. Make no excuses. Then look at goal setting. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself some really tough questions. Is this the right time for you to buy a house? What are your biggest goals in general, and what are your biggest financial goals? And is it to buy a house or to get out of debt? And what does your time frame look like? Maybe it's just a few months, or maybe it's a few years down the road. Whatever it is, it's okay. And it's really important that you pay attention to what your personal goals are. Then pull your credit. See what you're working with. Do you need to make any corrections on your credit report? Do you need to start repairing it by improving your credit score? And then work on a plan to get that in place. Then start looking at the money you have versus the money you owe. Start by listing out your debts. So look at your original balance, your current balance, your interest rate, your monthly payment and payoff date. And then look at all of them. When do you want to pay? What do you want to pay off before you buy a house and when? And then go ahead and list out your assets. How much you have in all your accounts, and remember you need closing costs, a down payment, and I like to personally suggest 3 months in reserves at least. If you think you don't have enough, start looking at down payment assistance programs in your area. I guarantee there's way more than you think. Then create your plan. Is it saving more or paying down debt? And how much do you want to pay off and by when? And then look at reducing and eliminating expenses. There's lots of apps for this. You can also look at reducing your lifestyle, like renting a smaller place, getting a less expensive car, not going out to eat as much, and then making a budget to include these average monthly expenses and any additional savings in it. Check in with this frequently, and are you sticking to it? And if not, check out the biggest reasons that you're not. Look at a pattern. Do you need to revise your goal setting or your timeline, or really work on reducing those monthly expenses? So if you're finding it difficult, and I promise you, unfortunately we all do, start by looking at your money and thinking it as a portion of your salary for whatever you're looking at buying. How many hours will it take for you to pay for whatever item it is you're looking at getting? Or you can get an accountability partner to help you stick on track. I really appreciate you watching. I really hope this has helped you. If you know somebody this might also help, feel free to share it or go ahead and comment below. I'll be back with more soon. Have a great rest of your day.